They're going to cover all this up. There's a spring that runs through up here. And I promise you, all they're going to do is come in and dredge out where the spring comes in. And probably level the rest of it out and let nature take its course. Because they're not going to come in and dig from the bank all the way out. See, all of these people up through here had docks, nice docks.
Right,
this boat belongs to somebody that lives over here.
And it's a shame it took so long to get the news crews down here.
Well, they kept the block
I
open.
know.
Wouldn't let
No,
anybody
it ain't
in
on
here.
you.
So last
Y'all
night when
infiltrated.
Yeah.
They've been
Community
trying.
center.
I think last Tuesday we were up here, and then they actually put the barricade up as we were there.
Well, they had the barricade at the end of the road.
Brian, where do you want me to be on your right? You coming in?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
right.
the cove where the initial push of the earth and everything went. And when that dammed up, here's where all the sludge and the mud and up through the trees ended up.
Yeah, went every place it could push, like
I
all
have
the way up to this
noticed
little creek
also
bed.
out here on the river on this side where there wasn't nothing, since they've raised the water level, some of that stuff is starting to slowly float out.
I guess, but you've been here the whole time, it sounds like.
Yes, I was here the morning after and shot several pictures. And I've been in and out because my sister lives here.
Yeah.
I've seen the changes in what this looks like. The first morning, you could have walked across. If it hadn't been so muddy, you could have walked across. This gray sludge you see on top came from the pond itself. The other cove that you see is where the main force initially pushed all the rock, concrete, earth, and everything in there. And when it stopped, didn't have any more room, this is the next cove over. This is where all the pond sludge and everything came in.
I was going to say, are you surprised that it's, I mean, you sound like it seems to be getting worse. We're a week away from when it happened. What is the situation getting better or worse?
It's getting worse. On days it's not windy, you can drive across the interstate bridge and you can see the oily film. Looks like somebody tried to start a motor or something in the water, and the gas film. You can see that going down to the Clinch, headed toward Kingston. You can see it 2 days ago before they put up their partial booms. And right around the corner from that, the Clinch empties into the Watts Bar and the Tennessee. It wouldn't surprise me if it's made it there already.
What do you, I'm talking more about how safe do you think it is for the people that live, you know?
I don't think it's safe at all, because TVA was talking about bringing sprinklers out here on sunny days to keep all of it wet. And what I'm wondering is what's going to happen if we have a warm spell and a breeze blows. What's in this stuff that they want to keep wet? Now, I have done some research on the internet, and coal sometimes after burn off has arsenic in it. It has some levels of beryllium in it, has lead in it, and of course the sulfur ash. They dealt with sulfur ash here as long as they've had steam plant, because that pond's not going to hold all of it. Some of it's going to come out. I asked a question last night, when the last time this levee had been completely inspected and what the rating was, and he kind of dodged around that question. I talked to some people that work out at this TVA steam plant, and they said it was inspected 1 week before this happened and given an excellent rating. So, I mean, that's speculation.
What is your family doing living here? I mean, as far as do they have water? What are they? I mean, how has this changed how they've had to go about their lives last year?
Well, the last week mainly was, especially during Christmas, friends and relatives could not get in here. I mean, we normally have Christmas dinner and everything at my sister's house. We couldn't do that. She had flu, and every time somebody wanted to come in, They had to call her, and she had to come all the way. Crew comes in and tests this. They're going to find out there's a lot of contaminants. This gray sludge, that's not mud. That came from the pond itself. And they've raised the river to almost summer stage. Usually during this time of year, all you see is that stream coming down through the middle of this cove. And the other day, you didn't see all these water pockets like you see now. And I noticed they've raised the water to almost summer stage. I don't know whether they're in the stream. We've not been told anything. The meeting last night to me was a joke.
You worry, I guess, the longer it sits here, the worse it is for you.
Sure it is. The longer it sits here, there's so many underground streams come in and out of this place. Even if they do just dredge the streams and cover all this stuff up, the underground streams are still going to carry it out. They say 2 or 3 months to clean up. This is probably one of the biggest disasters. I won't call it a natural disaster because the levee was man-made, and anything man-made is not a natural disaster. But anytime that something like this happens, it seems like the less they can keep in the news, the better off it is for them. That's why they had the security of not letting people out here. I understand the first couple of days the streets were lined with sightseers taking pictures and everything. But that settled down a lot, and they still had the security. And it was, they were saying, we don't want people in there that don't belong.
Well, let me ask you, has TVA been, because they were telling me that TVA didn't really knock on your door or tell you anything. I mean, have you been given any information or helpful? I mean, you didn't really know what this was until you sort of heard it on the news, is what we've been told.
TVA's give no information. They may call a resident every now and then that lives out here and say, do you need anything? Are you okay? That's it. They're worried about people in Kingston and their water. Well, this is considered Harriman. And last night's meeting, I heard no mention of nothing about these Harriman residents. Little vacuum cleaners, they're going to come out, and this sludge, they're going to, after it dries, they're going to vacuum all of it up and haul it somewhere. What are they going to do with the mud and the uprooted trees, the destroyed docks? Like these people next door had probably $100,000 dock. It's gone. The same way with the people across the river. They're all gone. You can see all the boathouses, all gone. And he was talking about damaged docks and damaged boathouses.
Charlie.
These docks are not damaged. They're gone. I spent many nights on that dock right there.
Oh, man.
It's like coming out. That's just money we've lost. And you can see, how are they going to do this in a couple of months? What they're going to do is, the natural spring, sure, they're going to make it where it can come down straight. But they're going to cover all this up. They're going to level it out and they're going to cover it up. But you know the sludge is mixed in with all this mud. When the natural spring comes down, it's going to carry it down with it. So, it's a mess.
We thought about why
Appreciate you.
How